Hello students, welcome to the third chapter of financial management, that is basic financial concepts. So, in traditional days where finance managers' duty is to maximize the profit, but nowadays just by maximizing the profit it is not possible to survive for a longer duration, so they have to invest it in some profitable investment avenue so that they can manage the risk and they can continue their business for a longer period. So in this respect, a financial manager has to consider three factors, that is measurement of income, measurement of risk and risk return trade-off. Let's see the one by one in detail, and in today's class we'll be discussing only for the first one, that is measurement of income. So it means quantifying the return on income which business earns from its operations. So here we are going to find the return from the investments from various operations. In order to measure the income, we compute operating profit, that is EBIT, and compare it with the long-term funds. So it is calculated as a percentage and it is known as return on investment, rate of return, or return on capital employed. So this is a formula to calculate return on investment. So first we have to compute to operating profit or EBIT, then we have to compare it with the capital employed, so that we'll be getting what is the return we'll be getting from the investment. So to calculate operating profit or EBIT, the formula is sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost. So by having a statement also you can calculate EBIT, or with the formula, this is a formula to calculate EBIT, sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost. And how to calculate capital employed? So first you have to add all the shareholders fund and loan funds, then you have to deduct investment which is there on the asset side. We have to deduct investment because we are considering only operating profit, and you have to deduct fictitious assets. You have to add equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus, long-term funds. Long-term funds includes debentures, bonds, loans. Loans include secured loans and unsecured loans. So then asset side aliruವಂತ investment ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವುದು, fictitious assets ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. So capital employed in simpler formula is shareholder fund add loan fund minus investment minus fictitious assets. So fictitious assets like preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares, then a debit balance in profit and loss account, and these are miscellaneous expenditure that should be deducted from the shareholder fund and loan fund. Let's go for first problem, that is from the following particulars calculate rate of return. Equity share capital 5 lakh, preference share capital 2 lakh, reserves and surplus 2 lakh, 15% debentures 3 lakh, and loan from IDBI 1 lakh, earning before interest and tax 1,56,000. So here earning before tax directly given. This is the formula, EBIT divided by capital employed into 100. So we need to calculate only capital employed. So here there is loan funds of debentures and loan from IDBI, and shareholders funds only three items are there, that is equity share capital, preference share capital, and reserves and surplus. So let's go for calculating capital employed. As EBIT directly given, then we can arrive at the formula. Capital employed, equity share capital 5 lakh, preference share capital 2 lakh, reserves and surplus 2 lakh, 15% debentures 3 lakh, loan from IDBI 3 lakh. So we are adding all these funds. So we'll getting 13 lakh as total capital employed. Then we are arriving at a formula, that is return on investment is equals to EBIT divided by capital employed into 100. So EBIT is given directly in formula, in problem, that is 1,56,000 divided by capital employed we calculated now, that is 13 lakh into 100. So return on investment is 12%. So you will get 12% return if you get capital from outside, that's 13 lakh. Let's move on to next problem. Here is a second problem. Aravind Polysters Limited furnishes the following details to know the return on investment. Share capital rupees 4 lakh, reserves and surplus rupees 2 lakh, and long term debt rupees 12 lakh. Miscellaneous expenditure rupees 2 lakh. EBIT is estimated to be 3,20,000. Calculate return on investment. So here share capital, reserves and surplus, these are shareholder funds, and loan fund is 12 lakh. So we need to add these three: share capital, reserves and surplus, and long term debt. Then we have to deduct miscellaneous expenditure because it is a fictitious asset. So that will be getting capital employed, and EBIT is directly given in problem, that is 3,20,000. So we have to calculate return on investment. Here is the solution for second problem. Formula is return on investment is equals to EBIT divided by capital employed into 100. So capital employed, share capital, add reserves and surplus, add long term funds. Then you will get 18 lakh total, less miscellaneous expenditure 2 lakh. So you will be getting total capital employed 16 lakh. So return on investment is equals to 3,20,000 divided by 16 lakh is a total capital employed into 100. So it is 20%. Here is a third problem. The net sales of Apex Company Limited amounted to rupees 15 crore. EBIT of the company as a percentage of net sales was 12%. The company has rupees 5 crore worth of equity shares. Cumulative redeemable preference shares amounted to rupees 1 crore, and 15% debentures or debt amounted to rupees 3 crore. Calculate return on capital employed. So first we have to calculate what EBIT. So EBIT, here EBIT is a percentage on net sales. Net sales is 15 crore into 12%. So EBIT is 1 crore 80 lakhs. Then capital employed, there are only three items, that is equity shares, add redeemable preference shares 1 crore, then add 15% debt 3 crore. So total capital employed is 9 crore. Then formula is EBIT divided by capital employed. 1 crore 80 lakh divided by 9 crore into 100, so it is 20%. Next problem. Ellora Digital Limited is planning to set up an electronic manufacturing unit at Himachal Pradesh. The projected figures are furnished below. Financial details: equity shares 1 lakh, preference shares 2 lakh, 12% unsecured debentures 2 lakh, reserves and surplus 3 lakh. Calculate return on capital employed. So operational details: sales rupees 800 per unit, that is 1000 components. Price is rupees 800 per unit is already given. Material cost rupees 250 per unit. Direct wages 106 per unit. Fixed cost 3 lakh. We need to calculate return on capital employed. So here EBIT not given. By drawing statement of income, we have to calculate what is EBIT. Then later we have to calculate capital employed. Then we should arrive at a formula to calculate return on capital employed. That means return on investment. Here is the solution. First we have to do statement of income. Sales 1000 into 800, so it is 8 lakh. Minus variable cost, material cost 1000 into 250, it is 2,50,000. Wages 1000 into 106, 1,06,000. Total variable cost is 3,56,000. Deducted from the sales, you will get contribution of 4,44,000. Less fixed cost given in amount 3 lakh. So operating profit or EBIT is 1,44,000. We will get EBIT. Then capital employed is equals to equity share capital, preference share capital, debentures and reserves and surplus. So 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh and 3 lakh. So it is 8 lakh. So return on capital employed is equals to, or return on investment is equal to EBIT divided by capital employed into 100. So EBIT 1,44,000, capital employed is 8 lakh into 100, so it is 18%. Thank you.